Well, everyone, this video is going to be quite the doozy. We're going to talk about defending yourself against those who delve into the dark arts of corporate life, the ones who always decide to go with the company's view of things and sell themselves to their boss, the ones who don't care what happens to others, only what happens to the company. Today, I'll be teaching you how to defend yourself against the dark arts of corporate. Let's get started. First, I'm going to tell you about a time that happened with me recently where the region staff came into our office to basically create their usual pandemonium and mess the whole way of life up for everyone. I was always told that I had to basically walk up to them, shake their hand, and welcome them to our office by those who have no clue how life really works. Because you know what I got after doing that? Nothing. Nothing decent, at least. All I got was basically a question about how the temporary customers are going. Nothing about how I'm doing, nothing about how life is, no decency at all. I gotta admit though, for a while, I was naive about life. But now, after getting my feet wet into how the world really works, I'm not so naive anymore. I'm still learning things here and there, but at the same time, I think I know more now than I used to. But anyway, there was this one time where region people came into the office and I was on the phone with a customer. I didn't realize that when it comes to people who are higher than you, it's best not to acknowledge them or else you'll basically get crucified. So, not knowing this, I decided to wave my hand towards the regional manager to acknowledge that he exists. You know what he decided to do? He decided to say, "Are you looking at me? What are you looking at? What are you looking at?" He did all of this while I was on the phone with a customer. It was at this moment that I realized everything I was taught was a lie. From then on, I decided that those people were from hell itself. I realized these people were not even human at all. The next time they came in, I did not acknowledge them at all. I focused on my work and stared at the computer screen, or I stayed on the phone. I would only engage if they decided to engage with me in some way, and even then, it would be one-word answers. Now, your experience may not look exactly like mine, but the lesson still applies. When higher-ups come around, stay professional, focus on the work you're responsible for, and don't feel like you have to go out of your way trying to impress people who haven't shown much interest into getting to know you. Let your work speak for itself. There is absolutely no point in acknowledging these people. These people do not care about you. They do not care about anything except money and pleasing their boss. They do not care about the underlings at all. In fact, we are probably not even human to them in the first place. The best defense against these dark people is to basically only acknowledge them if they acknowledge you. It's that simple. I guess if you plan on moving up in a company, maybe you could try to do that if you really feel like it. But if you don't think you're really going to move up with that particular company, then don't even bother doing it. I guess you can continue trying to sell your soul to them, but that's your choice. But if you know you like the job you're doing and you don't think moving up is worth it where you're at, then this is the best thing for you to do. Another thing that happened one day was when I was basically harassed about new customers. I wasn't the only one harassed in the whole company, but still. My naivety thought it would be safe to answer the regional manager's question in the back of the building when I didn't even realize I was in the snake den. It wasn't as bad as the first story I told you, but even still, if you ever have to answer a question they ask you, make sure there are people around. Don't bother doing it alone. Make sure you are at least around your manager. The bigger lesson here isn't just about what happened to me. It's that if someone in a position of authority wants to question you or criticize your work, it's usually better not to have that conversation completely alone if you can help it. Having your direct manager or another coworker nearby can help prevent misunderstandings about what was actually said. They say that professionalism is still a thing, but I'm here to tell you it's not. If it is, it's very rare. After spending almost 2 years working in an office, I can assure you that a lot of people will still be just like how they were in high school, even when they're in their mid to late 30s. That's how bad it is. So, like I said before, defend yourself against the dark arts of these people and you will be fine. Another defense against the dark art is to not immediately believe every criticism from higher ups. If they tell you you're not doing enough, take a step back and honestly evaluate whether that's true. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's simply pressure to take on more responsibilities without clear expectations or recognition. Learn the difference. Do the job you're paid to do and do it well. Don't let yourself be pressured into constantly taking on extra work just because someone wants more out of you. If your manager asks something reasonable of you, that's part of the job. But when it comes to region, nod, do what you have to do to get them out of your way, and then continue focusing on the work you're actually responsible for. That's how you defend yourself. I gotta be honest, I did not think that the office would be almost like a high school in a way, but it is. The only difference is these people can't lay their hands on you. All they can do are play mind games and documentation. That's all they can do. As long as you just go to work and do your job that you know you have to do in the position that you have, that's all there is to it. You show up and they pay you. It's that simple. That's how you have to look at it today. Or else you will go insane and you will lose yourself in the process. These are the things that you can do to help defend yourself against the dark arts. This is My Own Way 30, and thank you for listening as always. Like and subscribe if you like what you hear. You guys take care.